Welcome back to the Permaculture.Plant.Paradise. And here on top of the mountain of the Kras there is no groundwater. So the people have made a pumping station up on the edge of the hill that uses an enormous underground aquifer to pump up all of the water up onto the hill so people can have plentiful of water here for their irrigation and their homes. I have carefully selected the plot that I'm gonna build on to be close to this water pumping station so that in the future I can supply all of the plants with water from this station. Aside of collecting rainwater from the sky, which doesn't fall very much here, this water pumping station will be my only reliable source of big amounts of water. Connecting to this water grid is a crucial step for creating my food forest. The water pumping station is on the edge of the south side of the mountain here, and the road that connects to my farm goes right from here, and it's only 800 meters until my plot. So I will need to dig a trench about 800 meters distance from the water station to my plot. That's gonna cost a lot of money and a lot of effort, but it'll be worth it. Here you can see that there's also an electricity line only 400 meters from my plot. I can collect to electricity grid as well, and that would be really nice. Although I will start this project off the grid, collecting rainwater and generating electricity, I do want to connect to the grid eventually and invest into a pipeline and electricity line just down the road. It's 800 meters to the water pump and 400 meters to the electricity line. So that's not too bad. I will need an excavator to simply dig a trench alongside the road and then put a big ass pipe in there. It's gonna cost a lot of thousands of euros. Well, those are just worries for in the future. Right now there's a lot more work to do here, cleaning up the plot and preparing for planting. So let's get it done. Because it's going to take quite a long time before I can start planting anything into the ground, I am going to start getting some plants in pots. And that means that I will need a lot of pots. And I need a place to put those pots. So I just went to a wood factory here around the corner and I picked up these old leftover boards that are at the edge of the tree. And I will be making them into some nice tables to house all the pots that I'm gonna use to start all my little saplings and fruit trees. For this project I'm using this slice of birchwood. I have a bunch of them over there, and step one is to clean up the back. I've got this nice little self-made axe that I'm gonna use to clear this up a little bit. Alright, those are the roughest pieces off. Each little bench will need 3 pieces of wood, so I'll clean those up too. next step is using my angle grinder with a very rough teeth bit on it for wood to do the rough work. Holy fuck. It just caught on my t-shirt. Oh my god. I should be more careful. This is a very dangerous tool. Holy shit. I got totally wrecked here. Be careful with this shit, guys. Now I know to be a bit more careful with that sketchy tool. I'm very lucky that I have only minor scar. Right, let's keep going. Now I'm cutting it to length with my reciprocating saw. This will be the top and this will be the leg. So I need to make a contour in the leg so that it fits the bottom of the top. The last piece needs to have a nice clean edge on one side, so I'm using this electric hand planer to make a clean edge. The 4 pieces are rough cut and ready to fit together, so I have the top here of the bench, and then there is a center structure, and then both legs fit in the end like that. There you can see the structure of the bench. Now I can start sanding. I'm using a flappy disc on my angle grinder to do the sanding. Now that everything is sanded and it fits perfectly together, it's time to screw it together. So I'm gonna first pre-drill, always pre-drill. Make sure I have a right angle. There you go. Ready. I made 2 of these little benches and they are very sturdy and very nice, and now that they all fit together and are screwed together, I'm gonna use some glue as well. I'm using construction adhesive that'll expand a little bit into the gaps because this wood is all a little bit rough. The first 2 benches are nice and sanded, and now it's time for a wood finish to make them last outside. I'll just pour that on here, and I can use my ripped up shirt to spread it out. Making my own wood chips is going really nice with my machine, but because I want my whole Permaculture.Plant.Paradise to be rich with new topsoil, that means I will need tons and tons of it. So I found this wood place that is making firewood from hardwood. It's cutting big logs here with these machines into small pieces and cutting them into firewood. And here you can see that there's beautiful sawdust wood chip, which will be perfect for composting. I'm very lucky to have this opportunity that I can get a whole bunch of free material and biomass that I can use for making my permaculture paradise. And it's just 5 minutes down the road. Perfect. So I'm gonna pay this guy to take a couple of these bags full of sawdust and then dump them on my farm. My pile of wood chips is getting bigger and bigger. That's really good. But next to it I made some space for the other wood chips, and tonight at 7 the guy is gonna bring the other wood chips right here. So over time I plan to make more and more piles full of wood chips, leaves and different kinds of materials, and then mix them into composting piles and use worms, vermiculture, to make it into the best compost you've ever seen. So the bags of sawdust are arriving here on my land. Well, that's it guys. First wood chip is on the land. Alright guys, here is a heap of compost that I made myself and 3 bags of clean sawdust. Now it's gonna be the trick to get it out of the bags. Heavy stuff. It's too heavy to move or lift, so I just have to crawl inside and get it out with my bare hands. Look how nice this stuff is. Look at this sweet. It's been a lot of work this week. Most of it I didn't film, which has been mostly cutting some trees and mulching everything into a big pile. Now it's time to show you what this channel will be all about, and that is the plants. During the first month of living here in Slovenia, I've collected a bunch of different plants and potted them nicely here. I will be collecting more and more of fruiting trees, vegetables and anything you can think of. I'll keep collecting more and more plants and keep putting them in pots until my permaculture paradise will be ready and I have healthy soil on the land. I've collected about 20 to 25 different kinds of plants over here, so let me give you a small little plant tour. I have a hazelnut tree and a female hazelnut tree, and then I have this small walnut tree. I have a raspberry plant and a white rebus berry, and I have this bush of feijoa. I have a goji berry plant and a cranberry plant as well, and then I have this special little chocolate berry plant, and this is a kiwi plant. And then there's another variety of kiwi plant over here, and then I got a banana as well to just see how that will go. I got this nice almond tree as well. This nice big one is a juneberry bush, and then here I have just an aloe vera plant. Why not? Then there are blueberries and purple crossberries, I think is how you call them. And here I have a citrus tangerine. This is the area where I have my little seedlings that I started to grow. So I put some pumpkins in here, some watermelon growing, paprika seeds going, some herbs and spices, and I'm just adding some seeds of whatever fruit I eat. In the next episode I'll do some filming of the propagating and the planting and the potting as well. It's not too much to talk about, so I think that'll be it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.